It's your boy. What's up? Here to bring you some bad news. So, while recording this, Fate kind of fucked up his audio for like the first 30 minutes. So, and it was like, it's not that it's like hard to edit in, but it was just like he cuts in so much on the in this part that it's just like it would get really annoying to shift from, or oscillate rather, from Hangouts audio to recorded audio. I didn't really want to fucking do that, so I just made it Hangouts audio. I'm sorry guys. Oh, also course language and spoilers, obvious fucking Lee.
I linked it in Discord one time, but there's like this Pokemon remix of Kendrick Lamar's Humble.
Oh, I remember you linking that. Yeah.
Damn.
Nice.
I see. All right. Enough. Gentlemen, we're recording a podcast. Can't you see?
Hey,
or can't you hear?
Allow me
United States' pod!
How dare you? You can't see.
Allow me one final comment. Sabrina was hot. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Misty above all.
It's a toss up. It's a toss up, honestly.
It's not the only thing being tossed.
Oh!
Your salad? Hey, I don't know.
Are you saying she's a lesbian?
Sorry, I have it ready now at all times, and I
Did you dab as well with it?
Oh, dude, how did you know? How did you? Okay, gentlemen. Welcome everyone who just walked in on that conversation, because we clearly want to talk more about tossing salads and best girls. You're listening to the BnHA podcast. I'm a ton of bacon, and I was born in the United States of Smash. Yes, we did change our name. It's even more patriotic than ever.
Oh, yeah.
And on the roster, we have Based Becker.
Dude, I will never be smothered by Mountain Lady. Like, dude.
Why even live?
Why even live when she
even
cannot
die
sit
now?
on your face?
I have to live in this world.
She horny too.
You don't have
As in,
to actually.
Also, okay, so we'll keep that in mind, Becker. Okay, Mount Lady off the list. We have Fate Steel Taylor.
Hey, based out of the New York City Smash. What's up, everyone?
I bet it's just them talking a lot. That's how All Might does. New York City Smash. Just yells. That's all he does. I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
Forget about it. And the guy's eardrums just
Forget about it.
And our special guest,
Let me walk my
Nick.
dog.
Shut up.
Coffee.
You just
Oh my God, Fate, shut up.
Fate, shut up. You just missed the Dark Nick's intro.
Hi, I'm here.
Oh, hey.
What's up?
I love you, Nick.
I don't. Fuck, there's no Minnesota Smash. I don't even know what he'd do.
Dude, there's a
He just
Delaware
does
Smash before there's a Minnesota Smash.
I bet
Wear like flannel and
let's,
be a lumber.
let's look at the
He'd
entire
go to the mall.
list.
He'd go to the Mall of America. The Mall of America Smash.
So
Maybe
someone's
he does
got to
like
make.
the Superman cool breath, and it's just like, oh, it's fucking freezing.
Oh God!
It's fucking freezing, Eddie.
Can you think about that for a second?
We are
Like,
not Canadian.
Imagine like if someone did a full
don't you
list
know?
of all like the smashes, right? I bet like Florida Smash, it would just throw drugs in your face, like God, and you just start deteriorating. Oh God!
Has there been confirmation that like what he says before the smash has any relation to like the power level?
Okay,
No, I think it's just one of those
Oklahoma.
things that just sounds cool. When you
Oklahoma
say it.
Smash, he does a twister. He spins.
This is
Like,
true.
Detroit Smash probably sounds cool in Japanese.
Yeah. He's
Right,
just
but
a cool.
but Detroit is a city, not a state. All the other ones I think
I
are
don't
a state.
know. It's a thing. It's not
I
consistent.
think it's whatever sounds cool, because we all know, as everyone's probably seen the latest episode, that United States of Smash was the greatest because
Naturally.
we are the greatest. If you like, I feel like there's not gonna be anything else above that. Like if you go Japan Smash, it's like it'll do damage, but not a lot.
Nah, man. All Might likes. He's a.
I mean,
he's a
you wipe out at
Westaboo.
least Hiroshima.
Oh, dude, really? Did you have to?
Dude, no.
Dude.
United States of Smash, man. That's the nuke, because you know what we're known for.
Oh,
Dude, you didn't see the irony?
United States of Smash in
He hit
Japan.
off, exactly. He hit off that nuke in Japan.
so
Like,
what you're
aw.
saying is his fist was
Oh,
as
my.
powerful. His fist was as powerful as a nuke. I could get
This
that.
fist was the fist that will smash the heavens.
Well, he smashed the ground in Japan, so like
Actually, he smashed
his face,
all for one.
all for one's face.
Yes.
It's all for one city.
Hey.
Damn
it.
So what
Oh,
were we
for the
supposed to
love
talk about again?
I don't know. So okay. So let's start with the franchise. We'll start with the franchise as a whole, right? Undoubtedly, My Hero is known by almost every single anime fan, love it or hate it. Agreed?
Mhm.
Disagree?
Yeah, I'd agree.
But I do like the kind of attention it's getting because it's very split down the middle. One half, or at least I would say a larger half, would say
I'd say
it's
like
amazing.
the vast
The majority
majority.
of people love the shit out of
Yeah,
it.
Well,
I'd
that's
say
okay.
yeah.
I argue that the people who hate it are just hating it for fun, but that's a different argument for something else.
Wait.
Like that's how it is. Hey, what's the most popular show? Oh, Made in Abyss. Ah, dude, that show sucks. Dude, shut up. You know it's good. You're just not
Bacon, we're gonna
Shut
have
up.
some words.
Hey, I've
We'll
met
have time
people
to
like
go into
that.
this.
I've met people like that. They just hate on everything, and I'm just like, oh, cool, man. But the franchise itself, it's gotten out of control to the point where, like, Jesus, there's a movie coming out, cosplay's
There's a
fire.
video game, I think.
Wait, really? No kidding.
There's a game coming out.
Oh,
And a
Ooh.
movie, yeah. I mean, cosplay is a weird
My wallet is
barometer
ready.
of like how, yeah.
Well, like, dude,
'cause,
we all know the
everyone
best
cosplays.
cosplay is the Toro cosplay. I mean, it's everywhere.
'Cause you can't
Dude,
see the-
everyone's doing it.
Freaking the yandere love for that girl is insane.
It's a little much. It's strange. I guess it appeals to like the more extreme demographics. Extreme portions of the demographic.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well,
it's,
what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the franchise as a whole? How far do you think it's gonna go at this point now? Considering we had an episode.
Did you see how long Naruto and Bleach were milked?
Okay, no, that's
How
the thing.
long One Piece has been milked? When's
funny
the
you,
last time
One
you
Piece
saw,
is
like,
actually good.
It's funny you bring that up because honestly, and people were calling this right when the sports festival arc came out in the manga. People were calling it like it's like the spiritual successor to the big three here in the West, more or less. So I think it could go on as really as long as they want it to. It's popular enough, and it hasn't done enough, I'd say, as far as like the bad shonen stereotypes go. I mean,
yeah,
sans,
yeah.
there's a couple minor
minor.
exceptions, I'd say,
Like-
particularly with the female cast, which we'll go over later.
No, okay.
But yeah,
But I agree with that because we all know that the shonen formula is the same thing. No talent character gets brought up to be one of the greatest. Except for I think, except for Bleach, he just stumbles
Bleach
upon the
and no,
power.
One Piece as well. Luffy starts off with the Gomu Gomu fruit.
That's true. That's true.
Also,
But we
Naruto,
don't-
he starts off in the manga and the anime with the nine-tailed fox inside of him. So actually, only Yusuke probably. Yeah, Yusuke.
my boy
needs to-
Yusuke.
Oh boy.
Yusuke, I feel like is the only one who also coincidentally wearing green. I can't believe Togashi ripped off the character design from Deku when he created Yusuke.
Or gone.
Or gone.
The slightly green hair.
Guys, believe it or not, there people can use the same color for a character.
No.
What?
Nani?
Whoa.
dude, the
Whistle dice.
freaking author of Hunter x Hunter ripped off himself.
I bet he even married the Sailor Moon author too. You don't
guys
have that on
know-
your phone?
Did
Uh-huh.
you guys know that Goku and Naruto both have orange jumpsuits?
Jesus.
And that
They
in
both-
Dragon
they
Ball,
both
Goku.
run the
Wait,
same-
no, but Goku originally has a purple jumpsuit in Dragon Ball, and then
Brother,
only
he
later
does, he
becomes
does.
Dragon Ball Z once he trains with Roshi.
He does. Yeah, this is true.
My
This
mind
is
is
true.
blown.
Nice, too. What else is blown?
I mean, talk to me
Japan.
later.
Okay.
After the pod.
Oh,
We'll set
I
some
will
up.
talk to you
Okay.
later.
We get one
So-
per pod.
On the franchise, for me, this is, and I think I've talked about this a little, but like this is the first dedicated BnHA pod we've done. But I grew up with shonen manga and anime. Like that's the first thing I remember reading. Like
Same with me.
My
Dragon
man.
Ball manga in Korean is the first thing I remember reading as a child.
Whoa.
That and like Dr. Seuss. So like I was
Impressive.
raised right.
Oh,
So
the
to
places
me-
you'll go.
The Nimbus. And then I think Nick, you bring this up really well. So the big three is a term that gets brought up a lot, but it's really only used in the West. And I liked
Mhm.
all the qualifiers you put in their statement because I kept being like, I wanted to disagree with you, but like you kept putting enough qualifiers where I was like, okay, fine, Nick's right. Where it's like it's the spiritual successor to one of the big three here in the West, where like One Piece is still going, obviously, in Shonen Jump, and now you have like Boruto, who is
It's just Naruto again.
Boruto after Boruto's dad, and so those two are still running concurrently, and you have BnHA slotting right into that Bleach spot.
Yeah, and well,
And so
we
there's
don't talk about the end of Bleach.
There's an end of Bleach. I thought it ended after the.
I heard it
Yes.
was ass.
Let's just say yes.
I heard it
That's
was
where
so
it ended.
bad.
What is it like? Chapter like 450, 550 something.
Something
That's
like that.
you know the page I'm talking about. We've talked about it. That's where. It ended. That's where it ended. There was no more.
It was just mad rushed, and
there was no
really
Fullbringer out arc. There was no. Do not pass go.
I really do feel sorry for Kubo. Like, it was mostly but that's a different. Story.
That's a
different
topic for But as far as the franchise, so actually one of the reasons why I started reading BnHA before it was even announced as an anime was because people were like, "Hey, Naruto, I think was about to end or had just ended, and Bleach was going to stay
Naruto ended
away."
like 2014.
Right, and people were like, "Hey,
damn.
there's this manga called Boku no Hero Academia." I think at that point it was like 20, 25 chapters in.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That was like, oh, like this is like the new Naruto. This is amazing.
The reason why they said that, because I forget which author was, but one of the authors of the original Big Three, like, gave their blessings to the author of BnHA.
It was probably Oda. It seems like
because it's like, I bet they felt it too. Like, hey, this is a really good series. You might be the next generation of the shonen series that leads the anime generation.
Right.
We all grew up with the original Big Three, and One Piece has been going.
Right.
Lord knows how long.
Right. And that's not even counting like Yu Yu Hakusho or Hunter x Hunter, which were also incredibly popular during their times. And so for me, that was my first exposure to BnHA.
What about JoJo? Isn't JoJo shonen?
No, well, that's been going on for like
technically running in a
30 years.
Yeah. Is JoJo Shonen Jump?
JoJo was Shonen Jump, and then it moved like halfway into part 6.
Right, to monthly, right?
Part 7, actually. Part 7, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. But go on. Yeah, I just wanted to get that one, because we're talking about all the shonen. I'm just
and we can't,
JoJo, though.
Going on.
Yeah.
But so for me, that was kind of my expectation going in. And I realized that is kind of an unfair expectation to have. On the one hand, like how do we forget Full Metal Alchemist?
Well, that was a month. Like,
it was a monthly.
It's on a Shonen Jump, but it was a monthly.
Jump, and it's also a monthly, so it's hard to compare because as a monthly you have more pages and
it's like double the page amount. Yeah,
exactly. And it's like it'd be unfair to compare, let's say, Attack on Titan to BnHA as well.
Yeah.
So I guess those two we probably have to hold back on the comparisons. But with regards to BnHA having those expectations, I kind of went into it expecting something of that caliber. And I think what kind of threw me off is, for me, all three, One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach all had really important and well done first arcs. And so to me, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be great.
What's considered the first arc for Bleach?
Right.
That's kind of up in the. Are you talking about just the substitute Shinigami arc, like right when he gets it, or when it's like the Soul Society arc? Because Soul Society is technically the second one.
Exactly. So I was talking about this with Shaw, because
how the Chunin is like the first major arc of Naruto.
I'd argue but the bridge arc is like the first arc.
That's also a thing.
Zabuza's dope. Just throw it out.
Zabuza. Dude, I cried so much. But anyway,
I did.
So, like,
I didn't cry.
Wow. Yo, I was like 8 years old watching that on Toonami, and like sadness and sorrow kicks in during that one scene with Sasuke, and I'm like bawling my eyes out at like 9:30 on a Saturday.
It's funny because back then I never really cried, but now as a full grown adult,
as a full-grown man,
I cried so much harder watching BnHA.
The
latest episode, I was crying so hard at work. I'm just like, oh my god, let's go. I'm just like wiping my tears away, and thank God no one was at work.
Right. No, yeah, it's as a franchise, it's very impressive what it's been able to do, and because it was able to start a number of years before, it doesn't seem like it's just trying to take advantage of the superhero craze. Now, granted, like MCU has been around since like 2008, and people have loved superheroes forever. But, like, it's kind of like hitting everything at the right time, where manga is becoming much more prevalent. Manga readers, anime watchers in the West, and it's a subject material that the Western fans know a lot about.
And
Yeah.
shout out to the translators for manga, man. Like we got those guys are the real heroes in all this. You know?
One of the
Indeed.
things I liked most about BnHA is the initial fan translator came up with the translation for Quirk before it was officially licensed, and like because it was such a widely regarded fan translation, the official Viz took it up as the official translation for whatever the Japanese word for Quirk is, which is something I wish Fate would do, but that's a time for another.
Oh, Fate.
I will ask about that later because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Saber best girl. Anyway.
Forever.
So anyway, Faye, you're kind of saying that this is kind of a lightning in a bottle kind of
I wouldn't say
thing going on.
I don't think it's I think the popularity is right moment, right substance, right time kind of thing. Right time, right place.
Yeah.
I think if it was like 5 years earlier or 5 years too late, it'd be like Black Clover. It'd be like Seven Deadly Sins. If it came
out like pre-Avengers, I don't think it would have like sparked like the freaking fire it did in the West over here. So yeah, it's absolutely just, it's good on its own, but just because everyone is so enthralled with the superhero genre as a whole right now.
Exactly.
And yeah, that and One Punch Man, I'd say neither would be as popular if it hadn't come out like around this time.
I was worried about that in terms of the anime because when One Punch Man came out, months later, My Hero was on its way, and I was thinking, damn, like One Punch Man had the whole superhero epicness behind it. I don't think the show's gonna do well because we already have a superhero show to get behind.
Same.
But this one was a shonen, and of course, like it's a big build up. I argue that One Punch Man is not really about superheroes. It's just more about the comedy and breaking down the whole superhero.
Take.
It
subverts your expectations of the tropes and all that stuff. With
it's more, it's the Deadpool
Yeah.
to the Avengers that is
Absolutely.
Hero
That's a
Academia.
good way to put it. I like that.
I've been thinking a lot about this. Thank you.
Wait, is Black Clover the Justice League then?
I would say
Yeah, Black Clover is
no,
the DCU.
Black Clover I would say is like the like fucking Why the Last Man or it's The Walking Dead. It's The Walking Dead.
Oh, that bad.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wait,
Ooh.
is this like first season Walking Dead or like current season Walking
Current
Dead?
season Walking Dead.
Okay, because first
Big
season, good
distinction.
shit.
Yeah. No, see, I also read 120 chapters of Black Clover as well.
Damn.
Yeah, no, I have an addiction to shonen manga, and I say addiction because it's not healthy.
There's other shonen series that I'm really looking forward to. Like I'm so hyped for Promise Neverland. Anyone?
Right, Promise Neverland is good. So I remember reading the one shot for that like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I think 2 years ago. I remember reading the one shot for that when it was originally being run. That I was like, yo, this is gonna get picked up big time. So I'm excited for the premise for that.
Thanks.
So actually, based on that, have you guys read the manga for BnHA before watching the anime?
Absolutely.
No.
I did, yes.
I picked it up after the first season.
Mm-hmm.
So after Nomu was defeated by All Might.
Right.
And
then you
I was just at the
bacon?
part I was like, dude, like I can't stop.
When I started reading, it was I think one of my buddies, you guys know him, Packy.
Yeah,
he got me
Packy,
to Packy Iron Man. Shout out to him. He got me to read it, and
I think Packy was the one who got me to read it too.
Sounds about right. He was trying to get everyone to read it.
Yeah.
He's trying to get everyone to read it. That in real life at the time. Good times.
Yeah,
Anyway.
times before rest in peace, Packy.
Indeed. Rip Packy.
Rip Packy.
R.I.P.
Anyway.
Pour out some liquor from my boy.
Anyway, no. I think when I started reading, it was like just reaching right when Todoroki and Izuku were about to fight in the sports festival arc.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was around me. I was Todoroki and Midoriya, I think. So I must have been like just a couple weeks after you.
Yeah. So it was a funny time. The subreddit had like 200 followers at the time. It was crazy to see that blow up.
The R manga threads were like not upvoted well at all.
No, not at all. So the explosion was crazy to see.
Yeah, Batoto was still alive.
Good times. Becker, you haven't really said much on what you think of the franchise yet. You want to say your thoughts?
Oh, I was gonna say I think it's alright. It's cool. It's interesting to see like
This is why
everyone kind of nut over the show.
It's an
Like-
anime.
Like
It's
you guys
it's a
were
good
saying, I
watch.
saw Pocky like shill it on our anime before he was banned,
Mhm.
and then
Huh.
you know I saw it and I was like, oh, this is an okay show, I guess. And then I'm
Okay.
like, I get to season 2, I'm like, okay, now I can see why people are nutting over this kind of. It was the tournament arc that I'm like, okay, I'm starting to kind of get this now because the first season was just like so.
The
Kinda
pacing was
boring?
god awful.
Yeah, the
It was
first
really
season absolutely,
Oh my
and I tell
God.
people this when
Oh.
they were watching it. It was absolutely the setup. Like
One
it was
Piece
completely
wishes.
setting up everything.
Well, BnHA wishes it had One Piece's pacing. That's it. Would just say.
Oh Lord!
Because the first season was
Damn.
adapted like 20 chapters in 13 episodes, right? Which is
Mhm.
like,
The first chapter took 2 episodes.
oh my god!
Yeah,
just
That's-
literally just getting warmed up. But I'd like to argue that the pacing now is pretty crazy.
The pacing now is actually like surprising me because I'm like, dang, they're really putting like pedal to the metal. I guess they have time.
Well,
Because,
Yeah.
like,
I like
I'm
to
like,
argue that
oh.
it's more it's I like to think of it as they're trying not to make the same mistake, and I hope they don't make the same mistake as all the other shonens, because there's some pacings like in Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece where it is just a crawl, and
I'd
that's why
actually-
it's so hard to pick up those series.
can somebody say filler arc?
Bleach, get out of here!
I'd actually say the pacing in Naruto pre-Shippuden anime isn't terrible. Especially if you consider it as a product of its time. Like when you compare it to like the number of filler arcs that like Bleach had. Oh, I mean when I say pre-Shippuden, I also like this like everything after Valley of the End. I consider like post like part of Shippuden.
Okay.
Everything
So-
up up to
Okay,
Valley
so
of the End.
after the Sasuke Naruto fight in normal Naruto, the like 200 episodes of filler after that, you're counting as Shippuden?
God damn, I had to watch
Because there was
through
a
all
very
those.
long time
It was and,
until
like, the-
Shippuden happened.
And the only 2 good episodes were the Kakashi's Mask and the Ramen episode.
Oh my
But
god, the Kakashi mask one is so fucking funny.
it's just- like that's how you do fillers. But
That is the best filler episode they've ever had.
yeah, but hey, My Hero's getting a filler movie now, but it's like canon filler. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Because now we're gonna look into All Might's past, which that I feel like that's a fun way to do like more content for the anime. 'Cause
Yeah.
you have One Piece that
Plus,
does.
it's a movie about like everyone's favorite character, which is all
It's supplementary,
Yeah,
which is always good.
yeah.
As long as
So-
it's good, of course.
So I like to argue that My Hero's doing like a lot of good moves.
Mhm.
For especially for how big anime is today, because now I get to act like an old man to all these new anime fans that are fans of My Hero. I could be back in my day, we didn't have streaming and we had to wait a week on Adult Swim. You know what Adult Swim is in Toonami? When it was a filler, we had to watch through it, man. And like when One Piece was new, it's stuff like that.
Back
But
in
now-
my day, we had no simulcasts. We had to, if we caught up to the dub, we had to go find the sub.
We had 4Kids TV was what we used back then, and that One Piece opening was what you kids call Fuego.
Why are you John F. Kennedy?
I don't know.
This country is a wonderful country.
The United States smash. We are here today.
United States of Smash, we smash Marilyn Monroe. I mean, what?
Hey, I love it. But so I think My Hero is, of course, including the manga, because I will argue that right now. Whoops! I actually typed out. I was moving my phone because it was about to slide off my manga. The thing with My Hero right now is that I'm a little concerned that at one point, because we look at the legacy as a whole, I'm concerned that with all the popularity, and you guys are right, that it's going to start stretching it and squeezing it for every penny that it's got. And then, of course, it's going to get watered down. And it's like, oh, okay, it's really long. And yes, we're hyped again, but it wasn't as hype as this current moment that we're at now. And I like to argue that in the manga going forward, it does get a little like, yeah, this is included, but it's still not as exciting as I thought it would be. Not unless there's something that could top All Might's moment. So
Yeah.
I just hope that they end it at a good point. If I were to say, if they were going to do like a fast forward kind of thing, like Shippuden, because of course they're still students and they still need to become pro heroes, which of course is them as young adults, older adults. I'd say give it 4 more years I hope, and I think that's saying a lot. Not because they've been very consistent releasing seasons every single year.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, keep it short, keep it amazing, and then if you want to do like, oh, Deku has a kid and it's Boruto too, some crap like that.
Yeah. Dekubo, yes.
Dekubo.
Dekugo. Dekubo. But no, I agree with that. I think that they're not going to do any kind of like fast forward, like time frame arc or anything until like I think they're going to do like the 3 years of school. Like that's going to be the main thing. And once that's done, the main series is done. And if they decide they want to keep going with something, then they'll do a flash forward to like, hey, you wanted to see all these kids when they're pro heroes? There you go.
That could be the last episode.
Yeah.
So then again, I have like a theory in my mind that because this is the story of how Deku became the greatest of all time, which means he's going to surpass All Might.
The goat.
The goat. The goat. I have a slight, I guess you could say morbid type of ending in my mind that Deku would either be acknowledged as being the greatest after he's done serving his time as a hero. I feel like it'd be sad, but I think that'd be like a good way to kind of morph it because of course he wants to stand at the top and everyone be like, oh, you are the greatest, but I feel like it should be something past that towards like he's retired and people look at his resume like, damn, he was the greatest compared to All Might. Then again, I don't know, I don't want to be sad that he dies and then he's regarded as the greatest, but who knows?
I could see that because they've kind of foreshadowed this in the anime a little too, as far as it is so far with maybe there's just in his final fight against, whatever threat he ends up facing in the
hand
end.
Guy.
His arm, like they're saying like his tendons or his ligaments and stuff are like eroding, and like if he fucks up his arms like a certain number of times more, I think it's like 2 or 3, like that badly, like it's like he can't use his arms anymore. Like they're fucked. So that might be what you were talking about. Maybe he has to sacrifice everything to beat the biggest bad guy in the end. It's like, yeah, he was the best hero, and maybe that'll factor over in, Bakugo essentially becomes the number 1 hero after that, but it's like, everyone's still like, nah, this Deku guy, he was the best ever. So
may he rest in peace. Not yet.
You know who's gonna be number 1 is fuckboy with the what is it, the laser that comes out of his stomach, like
Ayoma?
Yes,
that fucking guy.
Yes.
Why is he French? Like,
I don't know.
It's so random. It makes me laugh. It's just one random French kid.
Faye, how far do you think the legacy of My Hero is going to go, or what do you want from it in terms of like going on now?
Yo, Fate,
you there?
Fate.
Oh no, he got smashed. He got Detroit smashed. Oh, God.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Deku.
Fucking the League of Villains got him.
I don't even. And then we hear Fate in the background. Don't come. Don't get me. Oh God, we gotta save Fate.
Oh, should he lie?
Oh no, he did.
Okay.
Don't come.
Well.
Oh, God.
Now we can talk about My Hero Academia Ludes for like 5 minutes. Oh, never mind.
There we go.
Difficulties. There we go, my man.
Oh my God. Okay.
Were you talking that whole time?
I was like trying to get people's attentions, and everyone kept talking.
I looked in the chat, and I was so confused because he's like, "Let Fate talk." I'm like, he hasn't talked once.
Exactly. That's why I felt really bad.
He's pinging me on Discord like, "Yo, am I muted?" I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like.
I'm like trying to talk about this shit, and I'm like, "Yo, Bacon." I'm like, "Is Bacon?"
I intentionally muted you on the Hangout,
dude. That's why I was worried. I was like, dude, I didn't hear you talk once, and I thought I thought you were so mad that I was talking over you that you're just like, no.
I thought you were so mad. I hate BnHA that you were like just talking.
This guy.
You don't have an opinion. You have no power here.
This is a conspiracy. This is a conspiracy from BnHA to silence all its haters.
You didn't know? I had a quirk called distortion, and I could distort people's signals.
I'm sorry, Fate.
I know. I knew this was a quirk.
I cannot let you do that.
I am your replacement.
Okay.
But
So Fate,
regarding the
if you
legacy-
could stop acting like that electric guy after he uses his powers, tell us
Oh
about
my
the legacy. Tell us about
Can I act
the
like
legacy.
I fucking love Kaminari.
Oh god!
It's just every time.
Yeah, that'd be so fucking dumb afterwards.
Jiro's just
What a
laughing her
twat.
ass off every
I
time
know.
it happens.
I know. He's just putting his thumbs up. Whoa.
And he looks like Saitama with his face.
Yeah.
when he jumps
He had-
Oh, shit. Okay, Fate, go.
Yes,
Okay, the
I
legacy of My Hero, go.
I think one of the important things about BnHA is that I actually don't think it's going to go through each year of school. I know this was brought up before, but I think what it's going to do is it's going to do the tried and true shonen method that's been dived into in One Piece and fucking Naruto and Fairy Tail, where you have like a year. You have a year and then you build up to like some really huge villain. And then you're like, shit, this villain is really strong. We're all going to need to go on our separate paths to train. And like Deku, like they just fast forward through the internships and stuff. And then it brings them back once they're heroes. I think that'll happen if I forget the dude who writes this, what his name is.
It's like, oh hell, it's like Hori something.
Horimiya?
I don't remember. Fuck it. Yeah, I know it starts with an H.
Kohei Horikoshi.
There you go.
Oh,
I
yeah.
get it.
It's weird how like no one, or at least I didn't know his name when like, you know, Oda.
Everyone knows
and
Kishimoto. Everyone knows
Kishimoto,
Oda. Everyone knows Kubo.
Kubo,
Everyone
yeah.
knows
Togashi.
Everyone knows
Araki.
Tosh.
Everyone knows Raymond.
But does everyone love Raymond?
but
Dude,
why
and
is
everyone hates
Raymond?
Chris.
But
Oh,
I
Lord.
think it's going to continue along the Bleach line. So to me, on the scale of like enduring popularity in Japan, I think it's going to be like above Fairy Tail, below, right around Bleach, below Naruto, which is still like very good company.
I think it'll be higher than Bleach ever was, in my opinion.
I
Yeah.
think it'll depend because Bleach had some very, I mean, like it had a shit ton of movies that were very popular and
Yeah.
it ran on for a very long time.
True.
I think it's a little too early to tell the staying power and lasting power. I mean, because like Kubo's art style, like his use of like, which became memed later,
Yeah.
but like his
The
use
heart
of
is so
like
sad.
black and the white.
the heart.
But like when it first started, it was like, wow, like his use of like screen tones and like just the use of like black ink was just like ridiculously cool, especially in the Hueco Mundo arc.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
yes, yes.
Mhm.
And his like vision of having like one continuous giant arc. So like you had Soul Society, you had Hueco Mundo, you had Fate Kamakura or whatever town, but it didn't. It was like all flowing one into each
It
other.
all felt like
Yeah.
one huge saga.
Yeah,
Like,
it
the
really did.
Roncar saga was really, really long.
right, super long, but it was like really tightly woven. Like I remember, so I started rereading like the first 10 chapters or so because I contracted Shocking 807 to read through the first like part
God.
of Bleach. Yeah, I know.
Dude, I've been trying to get her to frickin' get into it, at least up to the end of the Hueco Mundo arc for years.
I know, but so as have I, and I was rereading it to like, because she was like, "What should I start with, Naruto or Bleach?" I was like, "Well, I'll read the first 10 chapters of both." And like within the first 10 chapters, Rukia like oversees Ishigo fighting Grand Fisher, and she's like, "Should I interrupt?" And like she remembers the scene where it's like, there are two types of fights a man has in his life, and like one of them is the fight for pride. And I was like, "Holy shit, this is like a conversation that happens like 200, 300 chapters from
Yeah.
now."
Kubo had some great frickin' foresight, like,
Yeah.
and foreshadowing and shit, like, really early on.
Right.
I mean, it kind of fell apart later
It
on.
did once everything he like built to ended. It was like, well, what do I do now? Shit.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I think
yeah.
that part of his storytelling ability, I don't think BnH, not many mangaka in general are going to be able to match that. So I
True.
think from like a storytelling perspective, BnH might match it, but like popularity wise, especially in like today's, like, I mean, everything was commercialized back then too, but like, and how uber commercialized and like how easily accessible fan goods are now. I think you might be right in like a commercial legacy, BnHA might exceed that of Bleach's. But I don't think it's gonna go to like Naruto or Boruto slash Boruto's dad's type of levels.
Yeah, only time will tell, I guess.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, definitely with the commercial influence, because I think in Japan, Boku no Hero Academia, as I recall, they had like a, I don't want to say partnership because that's not the right word, but they were like advertising Infinity War coming out with like the Boku no Hero Academia characters.
Oh, interesting.
I did see that ad. That was fire.
Because like
that's really smart.
Yeah, Deku was talking about Captain America. Uraraka talked about what's her name? Black Widow. And I think Bakugo talked about Iron Man, which made me laugh.
Wow.
That's very funny.
I would like to note that I saw this one page of Boku no Hero, and I just gotta give a shout out to Uraraka for rocking Jordan 4s. In the pictures, and I'm just like, she could afford sneakers, and not just any sneakers, nice ones.
And
nice
yet
kicks.
she wants, she wants to make money to help her parents so that they don't have to work.
Wait a minute.
And so she's all like, yeah, I gave money to my
She
parents.
ain't nothing but a gold digger.
But she ain't messing with no broke Deku.
What the?
He's actually very broke. A lot of his bones are broken.
Dude, he breaks his bones like every arc. I swear to God.
But dude,
Every arm, am I right?
The one bone Uraraka cares about isn't broken, so it's fine.
That we know of.
He's gonna Detroit smash.
You're goddamn right.
Dab on him, Bacon.
Dude, thank you. But
yeah.
Going back to Deku, he's gonna have a very short career if he doesn't like stop injuring himself. That's the thing.
That's the thing, though. Every time they're like, "Yo, Deku, like you can't do this again. Like you're gonna be like messed up
like
for
every
life."
fucking
He does it again, and then they're like, "Yo, Deku, the next time you do this again, you're gonna be messed up for life."
I will say the manga does address this.
Yes.
Later on.
But then it addresses the addressing of this.
This is also true.
In like the most bullshit way possible.
Yo, dog.
Yeah. But I don't. Luckily, that one bullshit thing I do not think will ever happen again. But, you know.
It happened.
Well, I remember you guys earlier.
We'll talk about this later. Because
you guys
spoilers
are
in the
making a
manga.
comparison. You guys are making comparisons between Rock Lee and Deku. Because remember, in Naruto, Rock Lee gets an injury so bad that his entire career as a ninja was like almost done.
Injury so bad? You're selling it short. Like, Gaara literally ground his bones into dust.
Yeah. His
Good times.
Yeah, so his elbow and leg, but his leg was more of the focus because, like, yeah, you can't walk and then you're pretty much done. And the thing is with Deku, it's that he's doing all these injuries voluntarily. And you got Lee, he did it because he was fighting someone who had more of a higher killing intent. And so that's why with Deku, he is immature as a hero because he doesn't know how to control and like limit himself or at least make the right decisions. Then again, on the other side, he does make good decisions, which cause him to like lose like all his bones and everything else, and he just looks bruised. Yes, he's a madman. I like that he's a madman.
The absolute madman.
The absolute madman. But again,
I can't believe he's done this.
He's gonna have a very short career as a hero. Then again, he could pass, like, you know, maybe he becomes the greatest of all time through something that's just beyond amazing. Which I can't imagine.
To me, this is just an extension of the old shonen trope of like, hey, shit, we gotta make this character really strong, but like we can't have them this strong all the time. What's the drawback we can do? Oh, it drains their life force. Very vague. Like this happens in One Piece with second gear. This happens in Naruto with the nine-tailed fox thing. Did it happen in? No, yeah, it did happen in Bleach to an extent.
We all know where, like, Ichigo is God at this point.
It happened. Well, Ichigo, it only happened like near the very end of a very long arc, but they did kind of pull a fast one with Uryu and the Soul Society arc.
Yes.
Around those lines.
Oh my god! Oh, the Quincy Pride.
Stupid.
The fucking Quincy Pride. Oh my god. Yo, Quincy Pride is legit though. Like you can't knock the hustle.
That shit was fucking awesome.
That shit with the with the
but
manipulation.
the way he got his powers back in that was kind of like, really? That's all it took?
Yeah.
That's all it took?
That's why
I was like, yo, like, this dude just went off because of his, like, swearing on his Quincy Pride. Like, this has to have some consequences.
Yeah. And then his dad's like, oh, hey, son, let me just shoot you with an arrow in the chest real quick. Okay, you're good.
Was that...
That was basically all it was.
No. I'm trying to remember, was that Fullbringer or was that... during.
No. That happened in like the
Earlier.
very early part of the Hueco Mundo arc.
Okay, I was trying to remember because I remember. Yeah. Because I was trying to remember how he was able to fight in Hueco Mundo. Then it's been so long,
It's been.
but it's been a while.
Good times.
Rest in peace, my boy Bleach.
Ripaki Rebleach.
Good lord.
So we talked enough about Deku. Let's look at everyone else as a whole. Let's address one thing. Why the hell does Bakugo suck? Why?
I have a very good. I've been contemplating this for an extremely long time,
My
like
brother
years.
do too. But go on.
Cause like I love these shonen anime, and what has almost been consistent for me in each and every time is that I don't like the main character as much as I do like the rival, the best friend. So like to me, like Sasuke was my boy in
Oh
Naruto.
god.
What I'm getting from this is that Fate is into NTR.
Oh shit! Oh no! Is it NTR though? If he ends up, oh wait, no, that's Naruto's NTR. Yeah. No, you're right. And like,
If Bakugo gets an Uraraka, I'm gonna.
Dude, I will rage quit. I will be so mad.
I
You
would
don't
actually raise it from the citrus out of 10 I have it as right now.
It'll be freaking Rukia ending up with Renji all over again.
No. Okay, I will
that
defend Rukia
bullshit.
X Renji. Fuck out of here. That's
Wait,
that
wait.
shit.
Fuck
Their
that
childhood
shit.
friends,
No,
it
it was
makes
bad.
fucking sense.
No, Rukia and Ichigo were supposed to be fucking
My
forever.
man.
I got you, fam.
Fate,
Yo.
Yeah,
you
thank you.
ship Katara and Zuko together. Shut
Because
up.
that was the best pairing of Avatar.
Zutara!
That
No,
was
never mind.
I'm calling Mother's Basement right now, Fade.
Dude,
Zutara was objectively the best ship in Avatar
it's
Last
not.
Airbender.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm like 100% with
cursed.
you. Like sometimes, and then other times I'm like, why the fuck do I know
order,
you?
Order.
Zutara had that hot
order,
and cold
please.
chemistry.
Order, please. Let's get back on topic on why Bakugo killed
Right.
himself.
All
So,
right.
so I like these usual characters, but what I found is like with all these characters, like why can't I remember his name?
It's not Kurikiba.
Yeah, Kurokiba.
That dog fuck is from Naruto.
Not him. No, from fucking Yu Yu Hakusho.
Kurobara.
Kuwabara.
Kurobara. There we go. Kurobara
I got a sword. My mom. Oh wait, wrong character.
But like,
That was really good.
that was
good.
actually
That was-
really good. That was really good. But
My
like, like especially Sasuke had like, and Zoro, they all have like these arcs dedicated to their backstory, and it actually happens early on. Zoro's backstory, where he fights with him and his trainer and like the girl he grew up with, the reason why he uses 3 swords, and then one thing One Piece does really well is it has the Arlong Park arc early on.
Oh, that
which
walk
dives in-
though. That
Dude,
walk though.
That walk, dude, fucking Luffy. Oh, I love him so much.
Yes.
But, like-
I know nothing about One Piece.
Really,
Damn it.
I think you'd like it. But like, it
Bro.
dives into Nami's arc. But we don't have that with Bakugo. Like Bakugo was just all surface level, no depth to him. And like,
It
I'm
was
surprised he
very
hasn't gotten the
quick in the
backstory
first-
in like over 100 chapters, as far as I know. Right? He gets backstory later on. Yeah.
Yeah, from what? I
okay.
think it
No,
makes
no,
it a
okay.
little bit.
I
No.
should
They
reword this.
talk.
I'm
They talk to
surprised
his
he hasn't-
mom, and his mom's like, "Yeah, this guy's always been an asshole. Sorry about that."
Okay.
No, in the
like,
first season-
I should reword this. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten like any backstory in like almost 50 episodes of the anime.
I don't know
which
if he
is-
gets like real backstory later on, but he definitely gets. Oh, I'd say in an upcoming arc that's actually about to be in the anime.
Right.
He definitely gets some development where it's like,
Is this like the same development that Source Readers were telling me was in season 2? Like quote unquote development.
Yes,
Like,
Bex as yes, it's like the most basic kind of development. Also, if like I actually thought it was gonna be really good this upcoming arc. When I was reading the manga, because I was like, oh shit, because I was reading it weekly, and I was like, this is fucking insane. Like, I can't believe they fucking killed off All Might. Oh shit, they didn't kill off All Might.
I mean, they essentially killed him off in a sense.
There's
like,
It's a
essentially
symbolic
killing
death,
off
my
someone.
friend. It is a
Symbolically
symbolic death. It is the passing of the torch of All Might to Deku.
Yeah.
There's like symbolic dying and like actual dying though.
Nobody dies. In
I mean,
My
come
Hero
on.
Academia.
Freaking-
Nobody
actually-
dies in shonen except
Oh,
for handful. I know.
Me and Fate are like, oh, manga spoiler.
oh, sweet summer childs. What do you know of shonen deaths?
No, I know a couple. I know a couple, especially One Piece. Okay.
Oh yeah, I was going to say One Piece has a shit ton of death.
Yeah, yo, One Piece
Yeah.
doesn't fuck around with its deaths.
So does Naruto, actually, near the
Yeah,
end.
no.
I mean,
I mean,
well,
but they
not
tell
the
you-
pain arc.
there's the part in Naruto Shippuden that where like everyone dies and then they're like, shit. Kubo was like, no, not Kubo. Kishibe was like, I kind of rolled myself into a corner. What if I undid all those deaths? Yeah,
Oh
let's
my
do that.
god.
And then Pain's
arc-
just like, hey, yo, that's some nice deaths you got there. Be ashamed
Be
if
ashamed
someone
something-
undid those.
Oh my god, dude, that's
Low-key,
that arc
I
would have been
was so
perfect if they
mad.
didn't do that.
I
I
mean,
know. There's that one scene with the campfire with that one character in the afterlife. You all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is
And I'm
this
like,
Star
this is
Wars
so-
Episode 6 you're talking about?
Star Wars best shonen of all time.
Dude, that fucking blue milk.
Naruto, you're my only hope.
Fucking Anakin?
Aren't you a little
You are
short to
in
be
my
a
very
shinobi?
soul, tormenting me.
Naruto,
Sasuke, I've got a
fucking
bad feeling about this.
Naruto, I am your father.
Boruto, I am your father.
Oh, that's not true, Dad. I hate
I-
you.
I will say I would have been more pissed at that resurrection in Naruto if it didn't bring back my favorite character who they killed off. I'd be like,
Right. No, Nick, I'm with you.
Aw.
But also, I kind of wanted that person to stay. Also, I was really fucking pissed later when they killed someone that I really fucking loved, and then I was like, oh, they'll just pull a pain arc and bring him back. And then
Nope.
they fucking did it and screwed me
Nope.
over.
I know who you're talking about. That hurt, yeah.
I mean, do we really have to be vague with the Naruto spoilers?
Yo, like,
It's been out for years.
It's been
It's
he
been a
has been dead for like 10
decade.
years.
Neji's been dead for a decade.
Rest in peace. Yo, everyone's dying on this pod.
You know the funny thing
No
about
one
that
dies
is-
in Boku no Hero
Okay,
Academia.
Okay,
no,
no.
oh,
Here's the thing. The funny thing about the Neji thing was my buddy. He was so hurt by that. He's like, "No, that's not true." I'm like, "It is true."
That's impossible.
Well, I'm like, 'cause he was hurt.
Impossible!
It was funny because I was like, "Yeah, it is true." You know why? Look at the opening, and then you see the opening sequence. You see Naruto holding Neji, and like he was like lifeless. I'm like, "See, even the opening acknowledges it." He's like, "No!" He was like so
Hey.
sad.
But my boy Neji died so Naruhina could live.
Yes, thank you, Naruhina.
I will.
Blessings
I'm not
upon
gonna
them.
say who I know was a Sasu Hina shipper, but I know people who were.
Wait, Sasuke.
that is
Hina?
the biggest crack ship of the
It
series.
is a big.
They have exchanged
Man,
one
that is-
sentence the entire series.
Slightly more cursed than Qatar X Zoku.
Yeah.
Zuko.
Yeah.
All right,
That
let's
is-
get back to
Okay,
Let's
okay.
get
My
back
Hero
to My Hero
Academia. We
Academia.
keep
Okay,
we
so
keep off
But
track.
that's the thing with Boku no Hero Academia. It's so hard. I kind of wish you could watch this.
It's so
and talk
hard.
about this.
What?
No,
whore.
no.
They're whores.
The whores.
It's so hard to talk about it in a
Dude,
vacuum.
the only horror sue you. Let's be real.
Yeah. That's.
See what she does
We're
with that
talking about
tongue?
that later. We're talking about that.
Okay, so
But like, I wish we could talk about this in a vacuum because a lot of the conversation centers around BnHA in comparison to its predecessors, in comparison of the anime that will come after it. And I think one of the reasons it stands so far above like other anime adaptations is because, of course, like Studio Bones is handling it. These Studio Bones, like they're
Oh,
fucking
Bones.
killing. They're killing the adaptation. Like Nakamura is getting his fill of Utapon cubes. Like
It's fucking
Yeah.
great. Oh, you like anime fights, do ya? Oh, give me 5 minutes.
add a baby.
yeah, you like those fucking cubes after the fucking concrete gets exploded? Well, let me show you some cubes, boy.
Let me pour some concrete for you.
Let me show you some-
broken.
That fucking like flash of like everything with color and then going black and white and then like imploding, exploding. Yo, I got that shit on lock.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Nakamura, man. Yo,
Yeah.
dude's a genius. But yeah, like it looks gorgeous. Like if you look at that, like any normal episode, BnHA is gonna look obviously leagues ahead of anything that was in like
Yeah.
Naruto or Bleach. Outside of like a few fights here and there, but I
Yeah.
still actually like Naruto's fights were like very distinctive in the way they were very fluid.
Yeah, there was
But-
a certain animator they'd bring in to do like the major fights, like
Right. Obito versus Kakashi.
oh, I was gonna
Oh,
avoid that,
yes.
but okay. Madara versus the Shinobi Alliance, stuff like that.
Right.
Was all the same dude.
Sasuke versus Orochimaru and Chunin
Yep,
exams. Like
What
that.
about B versus Sasuke?
I don't know
But
if he did. No, he did do that
No.
one. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh.
But like, I
I'm pretty
remember
sure.
watching that for the first time. I was like, where did this art style come from? Like, did they get the Simpsons animator to like do this?
It was that art style is very interesting and kind of like I really like it, but it kind of clashes with like the normal episodes just because
Right.
the way he like they animate those, it's like to
Right.
make the movements as fluid as they are, like the outer lines, they don't
It's a lot
like color
blurrier.
is darker. It's a lot more blurry, but it's
Uh-huh.
like it allows for the accentuation of the movement. So it's like
It's like
this is
speed.
fucking gorgeous, but my god, does it not look like the rest of the show?
Right. Whereas BnHA, like the lines are still very distinctive.
Mhm.
Every like especially darkened. They kind of do like
Yes.
the very classic fighting anime where like all like Gurren Lagann paid a lot of homage to this, where like all the face lines get darkened and like you have all those like lines of focus
Yeah.
right where they're punching.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, this
So-
adaptation has been very faithful to the manga art style.
Which I'm pleasantly surprised by.
It kind in a couple ways it kind of sucks because there's the guy with the fleshy arm wings and that looks really gross in anime form.
Dude, my boy Shoji? Fucking
Kakashi.
Kakashi Sensei, but terrifying.
Is what terrifying.
Kakashi with wings. Yes.
But flesh wings.
Like it was
Dude.
just he's so crazy because when he was talking inside the infirmary when Deku was hurt and they were planning on bouncing back to get Bakugo, he was like, wait guys, and he started talking like, guys, wait a minute, we gotta think about this. And when he like passed off his talking to his like extra mouth, I was
Yeah.
like, oh dude, do you have to
was
do
like,
that?
no,
And it's like two
no,
different
stop.
voices too. Like his normal voice is deep, and then the little one's like, hee. It's like, what the fuck?
We shouldn't go out there, guys. I'm like, shut up, Pika.
But no, Shoji is a broji. Let's be honest.
Oh, God.
Brodoroki.
Brodoroki.
Rookie.
Brodoyami. Whatever the fuck. My boy Falco.
The guy with the
Bizarre
Oh, hey,
Adventure.
Don't forget about the Genist. And they said only Kubo knew how to do fashion.
Oh my god, Gene.
Genus. Dude, Genus is the kind of dude that buy a Gucci belt and put it on his face. I mean, bro, look at this
Dude,
guy. who's
Genus-
like-
Yo, how many people do you know who would do that though?
Genus is a
lot
fucking
of
Besides
MVP,
Funk
though.
Master Bex.
Wait, what? Wait, why are you saying that I would do that?
'Cause you
Your
flex
name
more
is
clout than
literally
anyone.
Your name is literally Funk Master Bex.
I'm not wearing Gucci belts on my fucking face. That's stupid.
Dude, it's in style. It's fine.
It's his style. Yes, best Genus. I bet that dude clowns on everyone's style. That's why I would never want to be around him.
Yo,
Nice
yeah, you just
shoes.
look like a
God.
noob next to him.
Oh god, is that a jacket that you're wearing? Like, shut up, Genus. You barely survived. Shit, get out of here.
We'll say props to Genus just because, like, the biggest bad of the series so far was just like, this guy, your quirk, like, is fucking difficult to get this most control over. This has been, like, the result of training and hard work over, like,
Yup.
a million years. It's not really worth it to take it, but damn, I respect you.
Hell yeah.
It's like that scene in Anchorman where like he's helping him get out of the pit and he's like, I hate you, but goddamn do I respect you. So Genus is Will Ferrell. I think this
Absolutely.
Sure.
You know, if
Genus
there's
is-
ever a live action adaptation in the West, we will have Will Ferrell as Gene.
I don't know, man. I think Owen Wilson should be under there.
And
Wow.
then-
It's his just
No, Owen Wilson as All Might.
Wow.
Wow.
Check out these belts. Wow.
Wait, I just want to hear Owen Wilson say like United States of Smash. Wow.
It's a wow.
States of wow.
And then Deku will be played by Michael Cera.
You know, the voice would actually work.
Exactly.
Can Tobey Maguire be Bakugo?
No. What about my uncle?
It's a dance scene from Spider-Man 3.
I was supposed to be a
Lord.
hero. I was supposed to be number one. Fucking Bakugo. The thing about Bakugo is that he's just jealous. He's just envious, right? Because
Is he?
his
Because
yeah,
he's
we were
bullying
talking
Deku
about Bakugo
before
being
he
a cunt.
was.
no, his backstory was hinted at. Not hinted at. It was shown in season 1 where when he was a kid, like kindergartner, And they looked at his quirk. Everyone started praising him, saying, dude, he's got a quirk that's actually it's utility based, it's strong, this kid's a genius. And it got into his head saying, man, I'm blessed with this power, that therefore I'm become something greater than All Might. And, everyone sees All Might in a very positive light. But then, with all this hard work he's putting into, and no doubt he's actually working hard, he's not just a talent guy that's just like, oh, I got this. It doesn't matter how hard you train. Because there's always that aspect I love, which is talent versus hard work.
Mm-hmm.
That's never been dived into in shonen anime or manga before.
Well, what do you mean?
Oh, that was sarcasm. Sorry.
Yeah, sarcasm, buddy.
Dude, on. I couldn't tell. I was just like, oh, I'm sorry. I should shut up then.
No,
you gotta say it in a sarcastic voice. Now I look foolish.
I know. See, God, you're such a good actor. You should be the next Owen Wilson.
I'll be the next Darth Neck 426.
No, God. But the thing is that, so I kind of understand Bakugo because he prides himself as like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the greatest. I'm going to this prestigious school. My best friend sucks, and then all of a sudden your best friend, who's quirkless, just shoots right past you. Of course, he's gonna be triggered by that because he's thinking like, dude, I was beyond.
Are
you
they
all these
best
years.
friends?
They're not. Also, Bacon, I would be on board with this theory if not for the fact Bakugo has not changed how he treats Deku their entire
He's a
lives.
total fucking asshole to Deku. He
True.
has been for
Like-
like
Okay,
multiple
so
courts.
their childhood associates.
Associates.
No,
I
Deku
would
yes.
totally
say
sees
I would say
Yes.
they
Bakugo
were
as a
legitimate
friend, but not the other way
friends.
around.
I would say they were
Midoriya.
legit friends before the quirks developed.
Yeah.
No.
Because
I
I'd
mean,
say they
that's
were
never
No,
really
yeah,
been
I'd say they were
established.
fine with each other until the quirks developed, and then Bakugo got his awesome quirk, and Deku's like, "Wow, that's
I think-
awesome." And he's
I
like,
feel
like
his
"Yeah."
Bakugo
attitude-
still
But then Deku never
took
got
advantage.
his.
I feel like he took advantage of Deku still back then, even before they were quirks.
I mean, a little bit, but I'd say not to the extent that he did later.
Right,
because
right.
Then it was just like,
Deku would,
you know,
Exactly.
oh, he's
praise-
weak, but he'll get his quirk. Yeah,
right. So like
look
the
after him a little
jealousy
bit.
aspect, I don't
Yeah.
think really plays into play for what we've seen so far.
Mhm.
Maybe he was just
Wink,
used to
wink,
being.
hint, hint.
Wink, wink, hint, hint.
He was used to being
Foreshadowing.
Deku's hero. Because remember when Deku followed Bakugo around, he would just praise the hell out of him. Thanks for saving me, man. You're really cool. You know, like all that stuff. And I think Bakugo was just used to that. He's like, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
above you no matter what.
Yeah.
Now he's like, why the hell are you above me? And why are you outdo me and everything?
Well,
But that's his problem. You know?
It stems from like just his belief from what he's essentially learned from watching All Might. It's just like when you are the strongest, it's like you like are over everybody, like
No one
by
questions
right,
it.
more or less.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
and as a result of that, he kind of again looked down on Deku because it's just like, nah, this guy doesn't even have powers. And then it's like he never gave up though. He's like, but you're weak. Just stay down.
Yeah.
Leave this to someone who's powerful. And now that he's gotten a power, he's just like, no, you were weak. What the hell? This is not how it's supposed to work. So,
See, I feel-
So he feels bamboozled, is what you're
yeah,
saying.
he feels bamboozled.
He got flim-flammed.
Shut up.
He got
We've been
spindled.
smeckledorfed.
That's not even a word. I agree with you. And the thing is, too, like, I don't doubt that Baku wants to, like, number one. And come on, who wants to be freaking number two Endeavor? That's suffering. I mean, come on.
Dude, Endeavor, fuck his suffering. He made his kid and his wife suffer.
Yo, like
exactly.
okay.
And Shot should be number two. Thank
Also,
you.
I just want to say, like, BnHA has been ripped multiple times and will continue to be ripped multiple times for its lack of originality in some parts. But, like, couldn't he have, like, come up with a different way to get, like, come up with, like Todoroki? Because all I'm thinking is, like, yep, it's fucking Zuko.
There are yeah. I mean,
That's true.
as much
Like-
as I love it, it's like, okay, this guy is Zuko with a different hair color. Like,
His
he's even got the
your
scar.
scar is on the wrong side.
I had a very dark
No,
past.
it's not.
My scar is not on the wrong side.
Your scar is on the wrong side. I had it first before you did.
We need an Ember Island players version of Boku no Hero
Lord.
Academia.
So freaking meta. I love it.
God. I think the one thing that's missing from My Hero, in my opinion, is a little more, I guess you could say, world building, because everything's taking place in Japan. I assume the whole world has quirks
Yeah.
as well.
No,
we haven't
no.
heard anything. Wait, no, what?
The first recorded quirk was in China.
Cool.
Oh, that is true.
Cool.
It was a
But-
baby who was shining.
But the thing is, I want more, I want to hear more from
Yes.
other parts of the world.
Yeah.
Because it seems like all the best heroes in the world happen to be in Japan. You know?
Wow, that
I
sounds
think
like
the
every other
manga
anime
actually-
ever.
Go ahead. What'd you say, Becker? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh no, I was joking. Like, oh, that sounds like every other anime ever. That everything takes
Basically.
place in Japan.
Hey,
Holy shit.
Naruto
True,
and One
true.
Piece did not.
From what I understood in the manga, they should mention this almost next episode, I think.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Oh shit.
I know that because All Might was so influential and was like, even they mentioned that the heroes in America almost like take notice of them. They almost imply like that the heroes in America are almost like as big as the ones in Japan, more or less. But
So
this might
is
be
their ranking only in Japan then?
this possibly. I think it's just that ranking is specifically for Japan, but
or
I know
East
that the
Asia?
author is a huge Marvel and DC fan, hence why the thing is about superheroes. To the point where I don't know if they intentionally mention it like this, but I know in like the first chapter when they're showing other heroes, there's like some silhouettes that you can make out as, oh, that's Spider-Man. Oh, that's Captain America. Like you can see their silhouettes in
Right.
there.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
think it's like implied almost in some way, like never flat out said. But I think the heroes in the US are the Avengers.
Right.
But, you know,
As is
they're never going to go there because copyright.
Wait, but then are they mutants? Is this X-Men? Is this
Mother
is
of
this
God.
owned by Fox?
Jesus.
Shit.
And all of a
Are we
sudden,
gonna get Fantastic Ford?
And then what? And then all of a
Hey,
sudden,
say that again.
and then all of a sudden,
Michael B. Jordan as Bakugo.
Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. No, because
Oh,
that's the
God.
thing. Well, with one thing I love about One Piece is how big the world is in terms of
Mhm.
every army of people, every character, and they all have some like significance to it, to the
Mhm.
point where you can't gauge who's going to be at the top, what everyone's move is, who's going to fight who,
Yeah.
who's stronger than who. And that's the fun of One Piece, because every time I'm watching it, I'm like, damn, I would love the Yonkou to fight this guy, or I want this warlord to fight this dude, or oh damn, they have an alliance. In My Hero, I'm missing that because
Mhm.
you know, we are going to get more characters, you know, in the future. But I
Mhm.
want that feeling of, damn, like the world's a lot bigger, and like I want
Yeah.
other powers to rise up, as in like enemies
getcha.
or allies.
Like they
That's what I
yeah.
want.
Mhm.
Yeah, they definitely start. I want to say like later in the manga. They
Mm.
I'd say they definitely start doing more world building. But it's always like world building in Japan. It's
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
like beyond that.
I
That's
think
what I want is beyond.
I think
Yeah.
there's two ways you can go about development of your world, kind of, in these things. So like, you could take like the Naruto One Piece approach, where like you build like a gigantic fucking world, right?
Mhm.
And like you go place to place, and like you develop the characters and like in each arc, but you build them up, you move on, you build them up, you move on. Like you had fucking Baroque works with Vivian. Like, do we ever fucking see her again? Like maybe later, but like you build them out, you go to world. Same thing with Naruto. Like you have these like village hidden in sand, village hidden in the mist, village hidden in the clouds or whatever, and like each one of them gets built up, and then like Naruto goes place. Or you could do it like the Bleach, and same thing with Hunter x Hunter. Or you could do the Bleach route, kind of, where like you keep it tight knit into one world, but you develop the fuck out of every single character in that world. Like you have the captains and vice captains all get like their backstory chapters, and you like feel for them and you
Honestly,
understand.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm a little concerned if they go the Bleach route, because as much as I love Bleach, it reached a point where it was like Kubo made too many characters.
Yeah.
So it was like you couldn't focus on all of them. It's like, as much as I don't like talking about the last arc, arc, you forget Ichigo as the protagonist. Like, he is barely in it. He has one actual fight in that entire arc. It focuses entirely on the Shinigami.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who's the protagonist again? We've been with Kenpachi here for a while.
Yo, to be fair, like you can't blame him for wanting to stay more with Kenpachi though.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Kenpachi. My man.
My man. Nah, but-
Two hands.
Byakuya
That's what-
best.
Oh
cat.
my god, that's. Oh gosh, that.
But no, I'm with you on that. And I think this is a good transition into talking about the characters.
Yeah,
of
I'd agree.
BnHA.
Yeah.
Most importantly,
Well,
the female
first,
characters.
I want to talk
Absolutely.
about why I dislike Deku so much.
Okay, fine. Go
Okay.
on.
Oh, I'm gonna fight you on this, but go
Okay.
ahead.
Fine.
To me, it's like the one thing that we found consistently, and the one thing that works well with the shonen manga, and the reason why I love them so much is like you have the chosen one aspect, and they understand the responsibility they have, and like they grin and bear it, and they're like, "This sucks. This is terrible, but I have to go through it. You have to go through these training arcs," but they'll struggle, but they'll never complain. They'll never whine. They're supposed to be like these pillars, right?
Wait.
Like, look at like early on Naruto stabbing that fucking kunai into his hand, like recognizing like these are the lengths I'm willing to go for this.
No, he's just trying to heal the poison.
True,
That
but it was
is-
also excessive.
I'll say that's true for Naruto, but come on, man.
Yeah,
Ichigo
true.
whined like a bitch for like an entire arc.
He did.
Ichigo,
He's
yeah.
like, "Oh, hollow Ichigo, I can't
Yeah.
do shit."
Yeah,
Rukia literally had to come and bitch slap him.
Yeah, I forgot about what early on.
It's true.
When he
but-
was fighting Fisher King, like he was going ham. When he like that, you know the Yo scene in Soul Society. Like the Yo
I can
scene
only
is
get so
fucking
erect,
classic.
please.
Same though. Like, man, I'm glad I'm not wearing pants right now.
Oh, same.
my.
Ooh, what else?
I'm kidding.
Aw.
But no, like fuck, like they have these awesome badass scenes. But like to me, Deku almost feels like they're trying to Shinji, like how Shinji was to like the like previous 90s 80s Super Robo protagonist, and like showing like, hey, like fuck, this would suck. They're trying to like half Evangelion it while also doing like the Gurren Lagann aspect, but not like handled the transition well, because like Simo was like whiny ass bitch, and then something shitty happened, and then like he realized, shit, I gotta man the fuck up, and like he became this awesome thing. But like to me, and it'll be interesting to see, I think, for anime viewers what they think post All Might's quote unquote symbolic death, how Deku reacts afterwards. But to me, him not having that shift, you know, like the Pro ZD video where he's like, the Benji-kun you once knew is no more. Like, I'll protect. Like, he doesn't have that moment to me that makes me like him. He just keeps being a whiny bitch.
See, I honestly don't think he's ever been like Shinji's level of whiny bitch, or even Simo for that.
Shinji
I
had
don't know.
multiple reasons.
No, I mean
that were,
he
like,
has. I know.
deserved.
Don't get me
Right,
wrong.
right.
No, I get you. I understand.
Right.
I do not hate Shinji. Let me put it this way. I think he's a very good character.
I
However,
got you, man.
I will say I have never found Deku to be a whiny bitch. Just I mean, him being a crybaby, I mean, you know, that's just part of it.
That's
But I don't
or Deku tears.
I have never thought of him as a whiny bitch. I do not hear him complain once about being quirkless. Like, he accepts it, and he's like, yeah, this kind of sucks, but he never dwells on it. He still is like, I'm still gonna try and become a hero in spite of being quirkless, and he with his notes and all that stuff. And like, I think that's part of his great character introduction and why I liked him so much in the beginning. Like, everyone tells him, why the fuck are you doing this? Like, you are quirkless, you are useless. All society's just like, if you're quirkless, don't even bother trying to be a hero. But that doesn't deter him to almost to the point where when he meets All Might, he's still asked, and even All Might's like, you know, oh, you're quirkless, kid. I don't know, man. But then, like, when the moment comes, like, Deku steps up, even though he's, again, crying and stuff. And honestly, this scene freaking made me cry the first time I read it in the manga, did in the anime too. The fact that after all is said and done, when he tries to save Bakugo from the slime monster, All Might himself, the one person he looks up to everyone else, the entire world has told him, no, you cannot do this. The one person he looks up to everyone else like, yes, you can do this. And I think that's great fucking character development right there. I don't think he's ever been whiny. It's just he's been driven, and I don't know. It was very.
And I do love that most.
It's hard to put into words.
No, I do love that most about him, and I do agree that there are times where, yeah, like what Face said, he doesn't have that defining moment like all the other series have. But I think what I love about him as well is that he does acknowledge like some of the faults that he does have, especially when he's analyzing everything around him and stuff like that. The one moment that I really loved was he does have a breaking point in terms of what he's what he thinks he's capable of doing.
Yeah.
And one part that I really loved in this current season was when he was fighting that big muscle guy at the training
Muscular.
camp. Yeah, muscular armor. Because at one point when he's like doing that big final punch, and that he thinks is going to be the one where he's going to take him down, he begins to lose again. Mm-hmm. And his insecurity and fears start coming out, because as he's punching and he's losing, he's like, dude, this is it. Dude, this is it. And then I cried really hard when he's like, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, All Might. And like, he even knew in his mind, he's like, yeah, like, I think this is it. So that spoke to me as a point of, he is still, human, emotionally. As much as we always like to look at Naruto and like Rock Lee and all the other heroes that are just non-stop, I am the greatest, get off me, I don't care if you kill me, I'm still alive, like crap like that, that is fun.
I love crap like that though. Like that's my jam.
I love it too. like in Naruto, he did the thing where like, if he chops off my arms, I kick him to death. If he chops off my legs, I'll bite him. He chops my head off, I'm staring him to death. Like, that is amazing stuff. But with Deku, especially the kind of world this is in, to where you can't really go balls deep like that in terms of fighting and stuff like that. Seeing that in my mind like spoke to me in terms of, I know I'm gonna try my hardest, but there's always gonna be that demon in my mind that says, dude, this could be it. Yeah. And like all of your hard work can stop if you're not careful. And so I was crying hard. Just that's the first thing I would think of. Like, oh god, Mom, I'm sorry. I
think it's also, he has at least for me, there's kind of like an underdog kind of thing associated with it. At least for me, from its introduction. So from real early on, where it's like, again, the whole world is against him, and then
but then he gets the world's greatest quirk.
I know, but it's still like
like handed
just
to
from
him.
his introduction, though. Even though he's given like the world's greatest quirk and all that stuff, it's just, I don't know. It made me root for him from the very beginning. It's like, this guy.
We all know the world's greatest quirk is the ability to talk to animals and fight for you. Come on. I wish that guy got more screen time, because for some reason I'm just like, dude, you're too much in the shadow right now. You need to stand out more, man.
Yo, speaking of people who need more screen time, I kind of wish the other class was a class 2B, like 1B or something in the tournament arc. I thought they were infinitely more interesting than the main cast of characters. And they got like a couple episodes worth of screen time.
They just get shtick now, because there's always that one guy who just never accepts losing.
Monoma.
Look at these guys.
That fucking guy.
Yeah, and then
look at you. Yeah.
And then you have
like
the
me.
girl who will
Kendo.
create suits for people, but like that's it. And they were so interesting. I thought like if you focus purely on them, like that would be like, they are all underdogs. They're all
my boy Tetsu. Yeah.
To be fair, Tetsu is basically Kirishima.
I know.
What? I feel like the anime and the manga have never dived into the fact that they're basically the same. Never once. Never.
Oh, Nani? What?
Nani?
But
I understand where you guys are coming from. That's one thing the entire ensemble cast of this show does very well. It's like, all of them are unique enough where it's like, I want to know more about this person.
I want to know more about Jesus.
Bex, thank you.
Well, I mean,
Nick, you could speak for you and Bacon.
If by interesting you mean like one note, then like I would agree with you, but like everyone is like...
Bex, some of them have 2 notes.
Yes, some of them have 2 notes. But like literally all of like every girl that isn't like Uraraka or Momo is like the most 1-note character.
Why does Uraraka like Deku so much? Why does she want to like ride him till the cows come home? What is he? They have like 3 conversations and they're like,
maybe she likes taking advantage of more like, sub type of people. Maybe she's a dom. I don't know how this works.
Why doesn't the hero Slater kill any heroes when he's on screen?
Stop blowing holes in my ship.
Why does Mineta exist?
Why is Mineta?
I liked his fight against Midnight in season 2, but that's about it. Everything else he does is kind of sus. He's just kind of sus.
Does Ida need to drink fuel to power his legs? Is he eco-friendly? Is he causing more pollution in the atmosphere?
Okay, that one doesn't need explaining. Come on. He doesn't need explaining for his quirk.
That'd be very inconvenient.
Does Miss Midnight
Was he born with like the little like exhaust pipes or like?
Dude.
did he hit
Was that in the
buttons?
womb when like his
Oh,
mom?
God.
Dude, how
Does
did Tokoyami come out?
Poorly.
Like,
Yo, how
Poor
he
people
is
come out?
a bird man.
I always forget
Like,
that there
that
are
must
animal
have
people in
hurt.
this fucking show, and that like low-key bestiality is a thing that exists in this universe.
Speaking of Tokoyami though, can we, as much as I enjoy Ida, can we switch him out of being like a main character so my boy Tokoyami can be in the spotlight
Can
more?
we also get rid of his mustache, his like Roy mustache?
Oh god, his mustache is bad.
It's okay, it'll be it's part of his disguise, it's fine.
It's so
God,
bad
dude.
though.
It'll be gone
It's not even
shortly.
like convincing mustache. It's like, oh god.
That's how you know they're like freshman high schoolers because his mustache is so terrible. Like he's just
He's
like,
trying to show
oh
it
man,
off."
I started growing facial hair. Gotta show it off for the ladies. No, you don't. You do not have to. But yeah, no, the female characters are terribly written. Holy shit. They're
Yeah.
like some of the I
Yeah.
thought Sakura was written terribly in Shippuden, but my god, at least she had the hair cutting moment in season
Yo, that's
1.
development. That is development.
Yo, I don't know
So
if you
we're
know
waiting for
this.
Momo to chop off her hair. Oh,
I'm gonna
Yes.
disagree. I think at least Uraraka had her hair chopping off moment. It was in the
Yes.
sports festival arc.
Thank
Sports Festival
you.
against
It was her
Bakugo.
fight with
you.
Bakugo.
Yeah.
thank you.
Like
Oh
I said,
my
other
God.
than like Momo and
Lem-
Uraraka, everyone else
Yeah.
kind of sucks.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Suyu.
Also, like I would put Sakura's haircutting moment above Uraraka against Bakugo.
Oh, I'm gonna completely disagree.
Whoa, yeah.
Because Sakura, let me put it this way, she didn't actually fight anyone until
Yeah, that's when like Cursio
Shippuden.
Sasuke came up, and he was like, "Yo, I'm about to slay on these fools," and he did. But
Okay.
also he like she did the hair cutting thing, and honestly, I'm a huge fan of like hair cutting. That's why I watch Monogatari. 'Cause
Yes.
Wow.
because everyone
Dude,
cuts their
are you
hair
one of those
Monogatari.
people who likes short hair Senjo
Yes,
better than
he
long
is.
hair?
Yes.
I
You
like
Wait,
that.
wait, what?
disgust
No,
me.
no.
Ew.
Long hair Senjo is best. Like,
Yeah,
You disgust,
see,
oh, you
actually.
disgust me. You all like Senjo.
but like
Ugh.
short hair Hanakawa on the other
Short hair
hand,
Hanakawa
is
is
not.
miles above braid Hanakawa.
I mean,
like not even a question.
I
I'm
like
gonna
zebra hair
disagree
Hanakawa. That's
simply Kizu Hanakawa is the pinnacle of all Hanakawa.
well, yes. That
No,
is
but
true.
Kizu Hanakawa has braids and she doesn't have the short hair.
She has
She's
one
got
braid,
the
though.
panties.
It's fine.
Yes, panties. I love
No,
panties.
Araragi has the panties. That's literally the premise of this fucking movie.
Why are we talking about Monogatari?
Yes, away with all of you. This is
Monogatari
My
is my favorite battle shonen.
K-On! Is my favorite superhero anime.
God damn it! We're talking about good anime.
Dude, no,
here,
Araragi
guys.
is a fighter of justice, so it is a superhero anime, dude.
Shiro is my favorite ally of justice.
What the hell? Stop
Wait,
it.
which one? Heaven's Feel certainly ain't.
How dare you? Okay, so in comparison to other past like shonen females, yeah, My Hero is it's all right.
It's not.
but
It's not
it
even
doesn't
like a
make it
contest.
tough.
It sucks.
Here's what My Hero's missing. It's missing that thing where it's hard for me to choose a best girl. Because look, I could choose
It's
one out of
really
My Hero
hard.
easy. I could
It's hard
choose
when they're all terrible.
that too. Because when I look at One Piece, Shokugeki, and like Naruto,
You got Nami. You got Robin. You've
you got
got
Boa,
LADY, Nami's not shy.
yeah.
yeah.
Arena best girl. in
Robin
Shokugeki.
can tickle you from
Ooh,
like all
Arena
other kinds
forever,
of places.
yo.
Like,
Nick, my man.
dude.
See, I like that stuff. See how we were just like all like throwing different names, but when you look at My Hero, it's like
I mean, there's a Shido, and
And
she's a
Bleach-
dumbass.
Bleach,
so,
you've
like,
got Rukia, you've got, I guess
No,
some
that's
people
that's
are...
it.
You've
Some
got
people are
literally it.
UA.
No,
cool.
like you can like other girls, but Rukia's best girl.
Yoruichi?
There's no.
Yoruichi?
There's
Wait,
literally.
wait, kidding me?
Wait, what's her name? She's the
No,
one with the purple
Yoruichi's
hair.
good,
I can't
but
believe
as
I
far
forgot
as
her
being
name.
a character,
Wait,
What about the
wait, back to which
Tsunade
one?
ripoff? The one who's like into shotas.
What?
Wait, are you
The-
talking about
What?
The captain
Tsunade
who's,
is not
like,
into
really
shotas.
good, was really good friends with Gin. I forget what her name is, but she looks
Rangiku?
exactly.
Oh,
Rangiku.
orange hair girl that isn't not Rukia,
wait,
but isn't Oda
when was Rangiku into shotas? Because
Rangiku.
her
Are you
and
talking about
Gin were
Hitsugaya?
totally a
Oh,
thing.
Yeah, but, like, she and, like, Hitsugaya
funnily
are,
enough,
like, really
there was
close.
there was a filler episode of Bleach that involved Rangiku and a small boy, so like maybe that's true actually.
Thank you, Bex.
His
I don't
name was
know.
literally Shota too, which was hilarious.
God
Yes.
damn it.
Either way, back to My Hero Academia's girls.
No, not back to them. I think we're done.
We've talked all we can. Wait.
Okay, no,
we also
I
have to
found
talk
the
about
name.
how-
I was gonna say Yoruichi is Bae. That is
Ooh,
best.
Yoruichi is bae. I do agree.
Thank you.
Yoruichi.
Okay,
Yo.
I will agree. Yoruichi can be best girl.
Yo, she.
Thank you.
She fire though.
Or Nelio. I like
Yeah.
Nelio. a lot.
Oh yeah, Nell. But it's mostly if you say Orihime, you are wrong. And
Orihime though had
probably
that
listen.
Halcyon Day speech, and I love the Halcyon Day speech.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
she has
that's
a
it.
nice little speech, but that does not make up for her being entirely useless the entire series and going Kurosaki-kun every
Kurosaki-kun.
fucking 2 minutes.
Orihime
Did I say
and
minutes?
Kiora
Seconds.
forever.
Fucking
Yuki
loathe her.
I don't like her power either. Like,
Ilkiora with Orihime was.
I
gr-
like how
also-
they introduced that she had a power, that she had like these like little fairy shits, and then she literally never uses it for the rest of the series. It's
Yep.
amazing.
Wait, the better
Oh
one
my
was
gosh.
the one who did judo with Ichigo, like when they were kids, the fighter.
Oh
one.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Tatsuki.
Yeah, Tatsuki,
She like
yeah, yeah.
acknowledges.
She got
why
that. She has
Ichigo's
the
like
tomboy hair look, right?
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah, she's got short hair. We've established this.
Mm.
Yeah.
Best.
From what I understand, Kubo was actually going to do something with her and like give her powers and shit, but then it was just like, okay, this is
But
taking
then
too
Kubo
long.
pulled a
We
Kubo
need
Yeah,
to
like
move
did
on
it,
do
with
it
the
felt
story.
like it felt like he was building up to that, especially when they came back.
Yeah.
And, like they were like, yo, like she's got like something like happening, and then like it's never
Nothing.
addressed.
Oh.
How many
Aw.
people are going to get all these Bleach references we keep throwing in?
No
Because I
one.
feel like
No one, because
no
this is
one
the
now
problem.
This
understands.
is Loki, the second
No one has
shonen
seen
podcast. Loki.
I feel like
Woke up with yawn this morning. I'm still alive.
One of the issues, though,
Oh gosh.
Right, completely off topic here, but
yeah, no,
well,
but
somewhat
actually,
on
this ties
topic.
into one of my
Oh.
complaints with. I guess we could talk about this later in a different episode about the fan base of BnHA. Is that it feels like a lot of them haven't seen these OG shonen when they were good. Like they'll have seen
Exactly.
Shippuden, they'll have watched Fullbringer of Bleach, they'll have watched the filler episodes of One Piece, like only time skip after Dressrosa.
Well, the thing,
But,
yeah,
like,
they
yeah.
have nothing to compare it to.
Right. And they won't like you watch Yu Yu
a whole
Hakusho, and
new
like the only
generation,
shonen
man.
they'll have
Yeah.
seen is like Hunter x Hunter. And like they're two completely like Hunter x Hunter is much darker than BnHA was, and was like a very different purpose. And to me, it's kind of like, and Bex, I defer to you on this actually, but I feel like it's as if you talked about like an upcoming like slice of life anime, and you were like, oh, it's so great, it's amazing, it's the best of all time. And
Oh.
then someone's like, hey, have you seen Arya or K-On? And they're like, no, fuck that. And that's
Oh yeah.
that's kind of how
Yeah.
I feel when people are like so dismissive.
Like you gotta respect the classic. You know, Mother's
do have to
Basement was
respect
actually
the
talking
classics.
about this in the Best Girl episode that we just did. Wink,
I
wink,
was
nudge,
not on
nudge.
this, and I'm sad.
But he was talking about how there's this whole new generation of like anime fans that don't even give a shit about like older anime girls, like Faye Valentine,
Oh,
or
yes.
like
yeah.
people like that. They'll just vote for like Rem or like
or C2
or a My Hero Academia character for whatever
Yes.
reason.
How many My Hero Academia girls are in the Best Girl contest? I have
Yo,
nothing
I
to-
don't
I think
even
Uraraka
care.
is
Dude.
pretty high up there. I think.
Momo, no, Uraraka is 4, Momo is 7. I'm
Why
like,
is Uraraka
Jesus
four?
Christ, Momo's up really high.
That's
First of all,
absurdly high.
Aqua is first for some fucking reason.
Really?
My
Yeah.
girl
Sorry to, like,
Saber
derail
is at
this,
like
but Jesus.
15, and I'm like, what the fuck?
So
It's
this is
okay,
the new
Misako won
generation.
at 50 something, 60 something. She won Best Girl.
Well, yeah, yeah.
So-
Against Megumi, who's in
Buzz,
character.
motherfuckers.
Dude, Megami beat Saber that
Yo,
year,
I'm really
and it was
pissed.
only
Nice.
because
I actually
Shokugeki
like
season
Megami
2
more than
was
Saber.
airing.
Still airing, and we had finished Unlimited
She's
Bladebirds.
trying her best.
Okay,
And
it's
then
not even, like,
fucking
best
Rin
Saber
won the year
appearance,
after
so,
that. Where were these fuckers in 2015 when it was
Still in
Saber's turn to
China,
win?
not hacking the art anime contest.
Oh,
Fuck you, Yukino. I'm still mad.
Yo, I feel like even the
I guess I should
Origairu
mention
girls.
I have a figure of her because of that year.
Kill
my God.
yourself.
It was a bet. It was
Don't
a bet.
actually,
I'm
but
just
take
kidding,
it
I
into
love you, baby.
consideration.
No,
No,
but
but like,
get back on topic.
I don't.
No, but, like-
our topic says about the girls. This is the longest
No,
we've ever
like-
talked
Oh my
about
God.
My Hero Girls.
yeah. I feel like Origairu girls are like older generation girls now. Like people don't even care about them.
Almost. Well, like this is like a lot of them. It's like pre 2010s anime.
Yeah.
So like they're
Yeah,
not
like
gonna give a shit
Clannad,
about
nobody
Revy.
cares.
They're not gonna give a shit about Faye. They're not gonna give a shit about like
The
I don't know,
K-ons.
CC. Kinda. I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's a whole different generation.
You have
of
feelings,
idiots.
Bex. Let him out. Let him out.
No, I
This is
talked about
therapy.
this
Yeah,
actually
just
on
let it
the.
out.
Asuka, Rei, Misato, none of them are gonna get their due day.
Oh yeah, I'm
Time's
surprised that
passed.
Asuka hasn't gotten her due day yet. Like that's like, wow.
Well, as time
Yeah.
goes on, they're just gonna be forgotten.
Yeah,
That's
you know
just
what
how it
people are
is.
gonna
Things
say?
like
Oh, instead of
Evangelion
watching
aren't
it-
even like
Yeah.
not simulcasted, but like legally available. So like nobody wants to fucking watch it if it isn't on Crunchyroll. So
Right.
like,
And people are like, why watch Evangelion when we can just watch Darling, which is like a 1-to-1 ripoff in
just
a,
watch
all
a
the
worse
ways.
version of it.
Just watch Rail Wars,
Dude.
honestly.
I don't know
So-
if you guys have discussed this before, but Darling in the Franxx is literally like it feels like Evangelion with the melodrama of Kisniver.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
it's, you know what? It also doesn't feel like it's wrapping itself up well. But that's time.
different-
That's a talk
yeah,
for a different.
that's-
That's
I know,
like that's as off topic as we can go. But
That's true. That's true. But the thing is, with My Hero, like as good as a track on as it has now, excluding the girls, the thing is that
and the character development
and
of
character development. The
I
thing
still
is,
think Deku's well developed, but that's just me. Anyway,
it's still a
carry
fun.
on.
It's still a fun series, but my worry is after it's done, it will be forgotten a lot quicker than the big three.
I
Mm.
think that I
Well, here's the thing. I
Hmm.
don't know if it's well. That depends on like how long the show's gonna go on. Because the thing
Exactly.
is, people remember the big three because they went on for a long ass time. Like,
Yeah.
Bleach
Grew-
started in like
literally grew up with
2002
them.
and didn't end until 2016.
yeah,
Like,
you
No, no,
could
it
not
was-
turn on Toonami without seeing a rerun of like
I think yeah.
Bleach or Dragon Ball
Or One
Yeah.
Piece.
One Piece or Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
So
oh yeah.
I'd agree with
I
that.
think it's also like because it might be harder for people to have lasting emotions regarding BnHA depending on how it goes. Like people have such strong feelings about like dozens of Naruto characters, like many Bleach characters. I know people who still like love Okiura, and that doesn't surprise me one bit.
I
My
do
boy.
have a picture. I have a picture of him in my room right now. He's
Dude,
dope.
Yeah,
Okiura.
Okiura was the fucking man.
Him and
and
Grimjow, dude.
Grimjow,
Grimjaw
dude.
Jaga Jack. Oh
Literally,
my God.
I don't. None of you know this, but before I was on our anime, literally when the manga was going on with the final arc, I was a giant meme on the Bleach subreddit because I started the "Where the fuck is Grimjow" club, and it got to the point the whole subreddit had flares that were just like, "Where the fuck is Grimjow?" When he finally came back, one of the mods like PM'd me the spoilers and showed me an image of him. I'm like, "Rejoice!"
Oh my
Yorokome
It
Shonen.
was so good.
How? How? Are you proud of yourself now?
I was proud of myself.
Oh my God.
Does BnHA even have a Grimjow tier character?
I don't even know. Dude.
Not
Uh,
yet.
I was
Are
gonna
you
say some of the
including manga
enemies.
or not including manga for you,
I don't know.
Nick?
I don't really feel it
Right.
yet.
Not
I don't
even
think there's a Grimjow yet.
Not even including the dude who looks like he's out of like the Fallout advertisements for the games.
I don't know.
Oh, that one guy. Literally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
He
know,
literally
I
looks
haven't
like
even
the
read
guy
the
from
manga, but I
Fallout.
know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, him.
Yeah,
He's not a he's a good guy though.
Yeah.
right. But like popularity wise,
Popularity wise, oh, definitely popularity wise. The fucking fan base loves him.
really, I actually am not as in tune with. I don't think I should be in tune with the fan base as more, but I wasn't sure how popular he was.
Oh, they fucking love him.
Oh,
He's like, I think he cracked top 5 in the last popularity poll.
Oh,
Damn.
interesting.
for some reason, Bakugo is still at the top all the time.
Oh, they fucking love
Why?
Bakugo. I have no reason.
fucking-
why. I do not understand because normally they're just like, hey, a generic self-insert MC. Yeah, sweet. Oh, he's a little bit of a pussy, but he gets all the girls, right? And then there's
Oh
fucking
my-
alpha freaking Chad Bakugo over here, and they're like, yeah! It's like, what? Chad
keep
Bakugo
joking.
over here. I'm like,
Bakugo,
I
Chad
do
Kugo.
what? You relate
Kugo.
with him?
I'm going to call him that now, Chad Kuko.
Everyone's a little bit Bakugo. Everyone's.
Everyone hates Bakugo.
You know,
I
speaking
think-
of characters that I don't understand the love for, let's talk about Froppy. I don't know if we really ever
Yeah,
talked about Froppy.
I brought this up a
It's
couple
because
times.
this
This is just a
Pepe-
thing that I see online is that people are like really into Froppy, despite her not really doing a whole lot in the show besides cleaning a boat in a third episode.
She honestly has not done anything of note, and this is including the manga. Sorry, this is
Yes.
a minor spoiler.
It's
if you care.
not-
She doesn't even have
She
a
has done
personality,
nothing
so
of
she's not even like
note
funny or anything. She's
since-
like She's just a literally frog girl. Like that's her
This is
description.
the
Like,
Universal
I remember
world.
the
She's
recap
done
of season
nothing
3.
since the very first season, where
Yeah,
she
Universal
helps
world,
Deku out during the first villain attack.
Yeah,
She has done literally nothing.
she's been god awful.
Like
Right.
in the season 3 recap, I remember like the Eraserhead guy like describing all of the main characters and their quirks, and like he describes Froppy as frog girl. Like that's literally it. Like that's all you have to know.
I don't.
But people like nut
understand.
over her, not like sexually or anything, but like
Yeah.
they just nut over her character, and I'm like, I feel like there's better meme characters to like
Yeah.
literally like class 1B or something. Go nut over them.
Not over the Yandere character for all, but like
Oh yeah, that's
real.
the girl that looks like a like stupid vampire.
she
Like,
looks like she
They
like
love her so much.
she's like a gender bent version
she
of
kinda
someone
doesn't
from
even fit
Tokyo
in, like
Ghoul.
with the other character designs of the show,
Right?
to be
Like
honest.
with the
she looks like
mask
she's
and
from a
everything.
completely different show.
Yeah,
And
I don't
people
know.
just love they just love yanderes, you know. That's just how it is. Like, oh,
This
yeah,
is true.
JK.
Why do you think Mirai Nikki was so popular?
Oh yeah, but like
Yeah.
that's so sus. too.
Another-
Like, why would you like that?
Yeah.
Oh,
What I
What are
don't
you into,
understand
buddy?
with Froppy as well is people always talk about how much they love her design. I think she's one of the worst designed of the female
yeah,
characters.
she's
Oh my
She's
God.
got
boring.
huge
I
hands.
Don't understand why people are just praising it. I'm like, okay, she wears a green jumpsuit and hops.
you know, maybe it's just ironic love because everyone
I don't-
realizes that she hasn't done shit. She ain't shit. So like, let's just make her into a big like meme favorite or something.
Reddit's not gonna like us. We're shitting on their wife.
I know, right?
Yo, fuck our anime now.
Yeah, those guys suck. God.
Yo, that
Yo,
base
God.
backer guy
Yo, I heard-
fucking sucks.
Yo, I heard our anime has a podcast. Those guys fucking suck though.
Yeah,
I haven't
a bunch
listened
of
to-
losers.
I, hope
I
they
haven't
don't
listened
make
to a single
I don't-
podcast that
I really
they
hope they
brought
don't make it
out.
a My Hero Academia episode because it's gonna suck, right?
Oh, it's so bad. They're just gonna
Yeah,
nut
you're
all
right.
over just Toru and them. Like, oh, she's invisible. Look at these lewds of her being invisible.
Okay, that
Okay,
meme
God,
I
no,
actually
those are like an
unironically kind of
untapped
funny.
like that's an untapped thing I'm kind of into. Like, dude, Invisible Girl Ludes is like the best thing ever.
I
It's a
know.
fucking meme.
I have a body pillow of her.
They're all
man.
so wild. Like, holy shit.
Oh my god.
Vex.
I know.
I think
like,
that's as good a note as us to end.
Well.
Wait, is Invisible Girl's development better or worse than? Is she like the barometer? Is she like the
Who
what
knows?
Mendoza line of like character development in the show? You're either above Invisible Girl or below.
Yeah,
Who
you could say that.
knows?
Yeah. Well, who's above Invisible
Alright.
Girl?
like I would say like
Todoroki,
Deku, maybe Todoroki. I don't know,
Uraraka,
people that like
barely.
appear for more than like one episode, probably.
Todoroki and
All
Momo,
Might.
best ship. Just saying.
All Might, yeah.
All my best girl.
Let's just. I think we can all agree that All Might is the best part about this series.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
100%.
Uh-huh.
I hate Boku no
If
Hero
we're gonna
Academia,
praise
right?
one thing about the show, like because we've been
Like I
shitting.
fucking
yes.
hate Boku no Hero Academia. I have it
Funny-
as 1 citrus out of 10. On,
Oh, Lord.
like, on everything.
I'm gonna disagree, but I'm
dare
glad you
you.
brought up All Might real quick because there was one thing I wanted to talk about with like the last episode that came out, and
Oh.
this is in since I'm a giant Marvel and just DC nerd as well. I will say the way they captured how much he means to like the world and the hope he inspires and shit. They captured basically the essence of what Superman is supposed to be better than the entirety of the DCEU did.
Nick,
I agree.
I have a question.
Yes, hi.
Is Superman supposed to be a symbol for hope?
Huh.
I don't
know. Tell that to
I don't
Zod Snap Neck.
No.
Uh,
I just
No,
can't wait
but,
to
like-
see his eyes in the movie.
I actually, this is what, speaking of All Might, this is one of the reasons why I actually felt so betrayed by BnHA. Not that it owes me anything, right? I guess I might. I
What are you,
like,
some
no,
entitled
like,
fan?
trust
like-
no one, not even
no,
your
like
own.
as any piece of fiction, like I feel like for me, this is just with my English background, and I might be totally baseless. And in fact, tell me I'm baseless.
You're
and I'm
baseless.
You're
Moving
baseless.
on.
Thank you. But that I feel like fiction, when you read a story, it almost has an obligation to the reader.
Mhm.
That if you set something up, you will knock it down. That
Chekhov's
if you bring
gun?
up. Sorry.
Did you say? Are you talking about Chekhov's gun?
Not necessarily about Chekhov's gun, but like building up to expectations and like following through.
Oh, you're
and,
talking
like,
about in a more broader sense. Okay.
yeah, more broader sense. Right.
Okay.
And to me, when that was happening weekly and like All Might, and he gets like so weak protecting that one woman in the rubble that nobody else cared about, and like that's him, right? That's fucking All Might. That's him being the hero, and he doesn't fucking care if like the most random person on the street might get hurt by this. He's going to put his life on the line. That's how and everything was talking about like what's gonna happen when All Might no longer like can live, when or like can fight, when he's no longer All Might, when All Might is gone from this world. What are we going to have left? And I thought to myself, like, it would be the most beautiful way for All Might to die if like that was the way he went out. Understanding that like he had all these things he needed to tell Deku, but he didn't. He failed at this, he failed at that, and yet the one thing he never failed at was reassuring people to not be afraid. Why? Because he is here. And like that would have been an amazing way to me for All Might to go out, and that's what I was expecting. And then he lives.
Well, but then like he would also be betraying his whole thing, because if he's gone, the world will have nothing and they won't have anyone to look forward to.
But
so
that's the point of him passing on the one for all, right? So that even after he dies, this thing can keep on continuing.
Well, the world doesn't know that, so they're going to be in peril for a solid however long. Deku
I mean,
decides to
Endeavor's
step
not
forward.
bad.
I mean,
He gets
I'm
the
still
job
gonna
done,
say
but like,
he
you know, he's an
symbolically
asshole.
died. So I think it accomplishes.
The thing is, when I
that,
think of the
so-
symbol of peace, I don't think of Endeavor. That is the symbol of hatred. Good God. Oh God, Endeavor's here? I'm even more scared
Fuck,
than ever.
Endeavor's
God,
here.
shit. The
Fire Lord
Lord's here.
Endeavor did nothing wrong.
He'd be that dude that gives out his mixtape just to be number one. God damn it, I don't want
Dude,
it.
it's fire.
Damn it, Bacon.
It's literally fire.
It's,
It's on fire. Holy
It's-
shit.
Oh my
I feel-
God. He
I feel
spits
like-
fire.
I feel like Endeavor would challenge like a 6th grader to an Agni Kai.
Why?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I kind of agree with that. Yeah.
Real quick, can I just say, this is my favorite little since you brought up Endeavor, my favorite little fan theory with him is that, you know that villain Dobby who's got fire powers, like the blue
Oh, yeah.
fire
Oh,
powers?
when you said like villain Dobby, I was like from Harry
Potter?
A free elf?
Nah, but
He's giving me clothing.
my favorite fan theory is that Dobby is like his first kid that he like had with another woman prior to his first marriage, and was like, nah, you're a failure. Because
Oh.
during when they attack the summer camp, Dobby like he calls Todoroki by like his full name and like singles him out. He's just like, I forget what he exactly says, but it's just like, I feel like there's some foreshadowing there that's gonna come back later.
Oh, like
That'd
in
be
Fate
nice.
Zero when Berserker keeps being like, Arthur!
Yeah.
And you're like, huh, I wonder why this guy is so obsessed with fucking Arthur.
Yeah. Essentially, is this guy
I will mention
Merlin?
this. I will mention this. My favorite
It's
theory
Bedivere.
is my favorite theory is that electric kid, the derpy guy,
Oh, is the traitor?
is actually the traitor and everything. 'cause
That is a
the
great theory.
The original
Ooh.
That I've looked
designs
at.
were like crazy. Like he looked
Ooh.
really like scary in
Mhm.
his original ideas.
That,
but-
Ooh.
we'll have to link this maybe
Yeah,
because
we'll
the
send
theory
it out.
is fantastic.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah. I have nothing else to say. Then I do love My Hero
Mhm,
a lot
same.
because it's really hype as hell. But the concern is, can they keep that going, especially after this episode?
Yeah,
You know, I've never cried so hard out of not being sad. So far in
agreed.
the series.
Agreed.
So
I
that's
tried a
all-
lot.
The
You have
All
no
Might theme
emotions,
when he
Faye.
raises his fist, I started crying. I'm
Dude, I
like,
raised my fist too.
boy!
I'm like, that's my boy. You're my boy, Blue. I mean, All Might.
I think I cried more in your name out of happiness, of not sadness
Oh.
than this.
Oh,
Let's
Your name.
not go down that avenue because I think your name is overrated as fuck.
Ah,
Anyway,
how dare you? Ah,
All right, we gotta end this podcast.
Yeah,
okay, fine.
It's okay for me to say anime is overrated, but Nick, Nick's
no.
a guest.
who the fuck
We
is
don't-
this guy?
You're just a guest. You have no power here.
Who the hell do you think I am?
I'm All Might. Have no fear. I am here.
No, you will die.
die.
That's not true.
Unlimited power.
Power.
Hello
boy.
there.
All right, let's end this.
All right.
But wait, we gotta talk about lewds. Wait a minute. No.
Wait, we already talked
Dude,
about
that
lewds. I
feel
already
when
had to say
midnight
what I
will never
wanted
sit
to.
on your face. Anyway, I'm done.
Yes.
I don't want that, or do I?
I want to die. Yes.
Okay, all right, we're done.
right, it's
enjoy the rest of the
over.
season, guys.
See you guys. Don't forget to check us out on iTunes. Whatever you want to do. Subscribe on YouTube. Have a good day. Wash behind your ears.
Oh, no, smash that like button. Detroit, smash that.
Detroit,
United
smash
States
that like button. You know what I'm
smash.
saying?
Donate to our
Joy
Patreon
emojis.
page.
Subscribe to our Patreon. Like, donate us $100.
All right. See you guys.